It feels like we can finally relax a little, right? After years of interest rates going up and up, borrowing money started to feel impossible. Mortgage rates were sky high. Credit cards were painful. Everything felt so tight. But now, things look calmer. Mortgage rates have come down. The panic has cooled. People are starting to breathe again. It feels like the storm passed and the sun is coming back out. But what if that calm isn't real? What if it's just a pause before the next big hit? Because under the surface, there are big forces building pressure again. And those forces will decide what happens to your mortgage, your savings, and your money in the years ahead. Everyone is celebrating because interest rates dropped from their highest levels in over 20 years. But they are missing the real story. This calm feeling, it's only an illusion. In the next few minutes, I'll show you 3 hidden pressures that are trapping the Federal Reserve and why they're setting us up for the next rate shock. And more importantly, I'll explain what this actually means for you. To understand where we're going, we need to understand where we are right now. Not long ago, in late 2023, the average 30-year mortgage rate hit nearly 8%. That hadn't happened in decades. And it crushed the housing market. Buyers disappeared, stress went through the roof. Compared to that, today feels much better. As of early 2026, mortgage rates have dropped closer to 6%. Some people can even get rates under that. That drop feels huge. It saves thousands of dollars over time. It makes buying feel possible again. The Federal Reserve also helped calm things down. After cutting rates through 2024 and 2025, the main interest rate now sits around 3.5 to 3.75. Many people think this means inflation is beaten and everything is back to normal. But that is the illusion. It's like when you're sick and your fever finally breaks. You feel better. You think it's all over. But the illness is still in your body, waiting. Right now, inflation hasn't truly left. It's just hiding. This is where the story takes a turn. Behind the calm, 3 big forces are pushing the Fed into a corner. Pressure number 1, inflation that won't go away. On paper, inflation looks better. Overall inflation dropped around to about 2.4% in early 2026. And that sounds great. But the Fed doesn't just look at that number. They focus on something called core inflation, which removes food and energy prices. That number is still too high. It's around 2.5%. Think of it like this. Most of your house cools down, but one room is still hot because the oven is on. You can't turn off the air conditioning, not yet. That hot room is services like housing and healthcare. Rent and shelter costs are still rising around 3% a year. Until that cools down, the Fed can't relax. Pressure number 2, a job market that's too strong. The Fed also watches jobs. People having work is good, but for the Fed, it's risky. When jobs are strong, companies raise wages to keep workers. That sounds great, but higher wages can lead to higher prices. That creates a loop. Higher pay equals higher prices equals more inflation. Right now, unemployment sits around 4.3 to 4.5%. That's not bad, but it's not weak enough for the Fed to feel safe cutting rates fast. They're scared that easing too much could bring inflation roaring back. Pressure number 3, global uncertainty. The last pressure comes from outside of the US. Tariffs, trade fights, and global tension all push prices up. Tariffs work like hidden taxes. They make imported goods more expensive. Even if inflation looks calm now, one policy change could flip things fast. It's like driving when storms are in the forecast. You might have clear skies, but you stay cautious. The Fed is doing the same thing. If you're starting to see how inflation, jobs, and global politics all connect, and you want to stay ahead of what's coming, hit subscribe. I release a new video every other day. So what does all of this mean for you? The big shock isn't rates shooting back up to 8%. The real shock is realizing cheap money is gone for a long time. Mortgages, those 3% mortgage rates from the pandemic, they're not coming back. Experts expect mortgage rates to slowly drift down, maybe into the 5.5 area. That means a 5.5% rate might actually be considered good. Buying a home will still be hard. The problem isn't fixed, it just looks different now. Credit cards, this is where the pain sticks around. Credit card rates are tied to the Fed's main rate. Since the Fed is moving slowly, credit card interest rates stay high. That means balances keep growing fast. If inflation flares up again, rates could even rise. This is the most dangerous place to be stuck. Get rid of all of your credit cards if you can. As for saving and investing, here's the good news. Higher rates means savings accounts actually pay you something again. High yield interest savings are finally worth using. But the stock market is adjusting. Investors hoped for fast rate cuts. Now they're realizing the Fed will move slowly and much more carefully. That creates ups and downs, and a lot of uncertainty. The market is learning that the Fed won't rush in to save it anymore. This isn't about panic. It's about being ready. Step 1, kill high interest debt. Credit card debt is a crisis in a high rate world. Paying off a 22 or 24% card is better than almost any investment. Focus there first. Step 2, be real about buying a home. Plan for today's rate, not future dreams. If you buy, make sure you can afford the payment now, even if rates never drop. Step 3, control what you can. Build a strong emergency fund. Keep in a high-yield interest savings account. For long-term investments, stay consistent. Ignore daily noise. Stick to your plan. Prepared people don't guess. They adapt. This isn't a story about chaos. It's a story about a fragile calm. The biggest mistake of 2026 is thinking the fight is over. Inflation, jobs, and global pressure are forcing the Fed to stay careful. And that affects your money directly. If this helped you see the bigger picture, hit that like button. And drop a comment below letting me know how you feel about the state of interest rates right now and how they are affecting you. Your story might help somebody else. Remember, stay thoughtful and stay stubborn.